Not until the era of militancy in the Niger Delta region of Nigeria, the term kidnapping was alien to the Nigerian culture. With many cases of kidnapping and criminal activities on the rise, we shift our focus to Nasarawa State in north-central Nigeria, where we explore the trend of this menace. This is the Gangs of Nasarawa on Root TV Nigeria.
Crime rate in Nigeria has continued on the rise due to factors such as insecurity and unemployment. In 2016, the National Bureau of Statistics reported a total of 125,790 crime cases. Offenses against property has the highest number of cases, with 65,397 cases, followed by offenses against persons with a record of 45,554, while offenses against lawful authority and local act recorded the least with 12,144 and 2,695 respectively, with Lagos State recording the highest percentage of 36.8%, which is 45,385 cases, while Katsina State holds the lowest percentage share of 0.10%, which records 120 cases. Nasarawa is one of the states that share borders with the nation's capital, Abuja. In 2016, the state recorded a total of 1,320 crime rate varying on offense. The examples are stealing, robbery, while offense against persons include murder, manslaughter, rape, physical abuse, and kidnapping.
The spate of kidnappings and other criminalities in Nigeria is on the increase as the country prepares for the general elections. This is Kefi, a major city in Nasarawa State. It is 45 kilometers away from the nation's capital, Abuja. There is relative peace during the day, but at night, the story changes. Join us as we unravel the mystery behind the gangs of Nasarawa.
Roots TV Nigeria, in an exclusive interview in Kefi, spoke to Jerry Dojo, a journalist with Nasarawa Broadcasting Service. Jerry is one of the two kidnapped victims abducted over a month ago. His colleague, popularly known as Why Me, is said to be traumatized from the ordeal and away on rehabilitation.
I wasn't smiling like this a few weeks back, or yes, before now. It feels good to be free. Freedom is everything. So when one isn't free, except one undergoes such experience, one won't understand what freedom means to an individual. A few weeks back, I can't remember the date precisely, but I think it's almost getting to a month now. When I returned from work around 8 p.m. after my show, I am a broadcaster basically. The radio arm, after one of my shows around 8:30 p.m., driving back home, and suddenly within the neighborhood, a group of persons appeared from nowhere as if they were waiting for us, a sort of ambush. So that was how we were stopped on gunpoint, and we were all moved out of the car, myself and my colleague, just two of us. They held just a gun, and other forms of weapons, like the machetes and big sticks with their flashlights. Of course, it was evening, so that was how they led us into the bush, and they abandoned the car there, and we trekked inside the bush. We trekked almost throughout the night. It's a very bad experience, though. Just as I stated earlier, if your freedom is being seized, you won't be able to do anything. You won't be able to cough. Your sneezing is going to be suspicious by your abductors. If you're trying to look left or right, any movement is suspicious to your abductors. And that was the kind of feeling, that was the kind of experience we had.
He affirms that a ransom was paid for their release, but did not disclose the exact amount.
That in the course of them interrogating us, one of them said that it's very easy for them to stand on the roadside to get, the amount of money I mentioned within a twinkle of an eye. They will do their roadblock and get whatsoever money they want to. They can collect from, their victims. So looking at it these days, the perpetrators, have taken it to another level. That's kidnapping business, to a level of they are now seeing it as a business that is being lucrative. It takes them time. They might take plenty time, days, if not being caught, but they know they will tend to get something more meaningful than the roadblock, operations they do. Just like the fear of my parents seeing the response from the security agents, I think that's how even the perpetrators are looking at it these days. They look at our security agents as being slow to respond, which I feel it's not as if we don't have intelligence department. It's not as if we don't have intelligent officers. But perhaps they lacked those appropriate equipment.
Situated in the north-central geopolitical zone of Nigeria, Nasarawa State has a total land area of over 27,000 square kilometers. The state has 13 local government areas and a total population of about 2 million people.
This is Maraba, a densely populated area of Kari local government of Nasarawa State. As the 2019 general elections draws near, residents, however, decry the heightened rates of crime and criminality. Join us as we unravel the gangs of Nasarawa.
In January 2016, residents of Maraba under Karo local government decried the high rate of crime in the area. May 2017 saw the partnership between the Nigerian Union of Journalists and the police force in the state to find a way of reducing criminalities in the state.
There are lots of crime rates here in Maraba, but the problem is this: if there is a way at which they can provide jobs for them, if government is making things easy for them, maybe provide jobs, they get something to engage with, I don't think the crime rate will be on the increase anymore. But because there's no job, everybody go around to see what he or she can eat, and as in the case of that, they find it difficult to get something. So as a result of that, they begin to steal, begin to do so many things, and robberies and all that, get engaged with all these kind of atrocities. But it's because there's no job. Now, if they get job, if government do something to provide job for these people, I believe all these crime rates will be settled. Are you getting me? So these are some of those things I think. You can see a lot of graduates all around. Corpers are turning out here and there. There's no job for them. And as a result of that, they get involved with scrupulous attitude.
Some residents allege the connivance of the police with the hoodlums.
The thing Nigeria police is doing is no good. Like you are just saying now, you just see Okada Park for a year now. They go arrest them. We have these criminals there, all of them. Police know them. They don't go there. I don't know why. Massive people now they collect from now. Police go there. They go leave her. They don't go talk. I'm not see civil about Okadama Park now. They were arresting. I don't know why. I need government to do something about it.
While others fault the police on slow response when alerted about an ongoing crime.
Police now can put something don't finish before they will do. Or you will see people they robbery and all those things. Before you know, they don't understand say that thing don't finish before you go see them there. And when they go there, they don't know the people, they just pass innocent. No, the thing don't make sense. That is the problem, all those things. Kidnapping, you can say all those things, they are looking for people who get money and all those things. Not be so. And now, you know, the government, what would they also now? I don't know why these people today behave like this. All we are one, but people don't know. So that is the problem. This Maraba, all them, Ruga, Julie, all this place, thief, they used to go there. And I don't know, police, they don't want to go there or something like that. That is the problem. So people, government should look off it. Because this is time of election now. They're supposed to think bad and good. May they do well. That is it.
Another resident says the non-involvement of government in curbing the crime has worsened the situation.
We are seeing many things here. Even our side, you go see sometime thief go come rob place, and when you talk finish, there's not any support you can see for government. And there's many things we cannot be count itself because suffering and many things where they happen for this area is too much. That's anywhere where you go. You can see small children, they are living somehow, and their condition is critical. Even both the education and whatever is very critical in this Maraba. Both roads and whatever you are seeing for this area, we are living by grace. It's not by government way.
As at the time of filing this report, effort to speak to the chairman, Kefi local government area, proved abortive. With 86 days to the general elections, it is hoped that effort from the government and security agencies will be put in place to ensure that crime is reduced to its barest minimum and security of lives and properties guaranteed.
Nigerians are indeed worried about the increasing trend of kidnappings as the nation prepares for the 2019 general elections. It is only hoped that the government will strengthen security agencies to ensure that this menace is tamed. You have been watching The Gangs of Nasarawa, and our field reporter has been Oluwatobi Enita, and I am Itogimo Edet for Roots TV, Nigeria.